Fridays.
Was there ever a superhero that you looked up to growing up? Like when you were a kid, you said to yourself, "I want to be like him."
Mine's Superman for sure.
Superman.
Yeah.
You look the part.
Thank you.
Clark Kent. Although
Journalist pa.
with the facial hair and stuff. Pero okay yun, that's a different take on Superman.
It was, yeah. They should get with the times, and they should. But yeah, no, Superman, because I grew up watching him like 80s, so that was like horrible graphics, horrible CGI,
You're
horrible.
talking about the Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, I mean, I see some flashbacks now of like YouTube clips, and I'm like, oh, come on, they look like spoofs, right?
Yeah, they
look like the Bollywood movie spoofs, you know. They're so bad, like cardboard cutout with a rolling background. But back then it was just like, I don't know. I mean, to have that kind of power would have been, and he was just a nice guy, saving the earth. It was really cool. I love that.
What about you, Coach?
I was actually the same back in Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve was my hero growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, because I would draw them. I would draw Superman. I would make my own comics at home. Tapos it would be Superman.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, Superman would be the easy answer. But after that, I didn't like Batman. Sorry to say, Brian.
No, it's okay.
No, because
a lot of people don't.
It was too dark for me. Up until Christian Bale played him. Do you like Christian Bale as Batman or no?
I actually do.
I actually liked this series, yung tatlong
which is the Christopher Nolan series.
Yeah, the Christopher Nolan series. Yeah. But growing up, it was Superman. That's the easy answer because he's always the good guy, Man of Steel. you look up to somebody like that.
Okay, let me throw a curveball. Was there ever a female superhero that you actually looked up to?
Yeah.
Or admired?
Wonder Woman.
Because of Linda Carter? Or because
Linda
of
Carter.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And she kicked butt. She really did kick butt. So, Linda Carter.
What about you, Coach?
None. Sorry. Actually, that I looked up to. But,
or admired, sabihin natin. It doesn't have to be somebody that that you looked up to. Somebody that you admired. James.
Yeah, I thought Catwoman was pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah, but she's what is she? Is she a villain or a superhero?
Well, she's somewhere in between.
Oo nga, diba?
Yeah,
she's confused.
But a lot of people say that she is a superhero. She's on the hero side because she tries to help Batman in however which way she can.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she's still a cat burglar.
She's diba? She's a criminal.
Former, she's really a criminal, and it's I just for me personally, I just wish that they could bring in a better Catwoman movie, because have you seen the Catwoman movie, the one by Halle Berry?
Yeah.
That was not even
terrible.
Even connected to the that was one of the worst movies, oh my goodness, ever made. I do have another friend who actually I just thought about this now over the break. He actually thinks of himself or rather admires The Mask. Do you guys remember?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah,
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I don't.
Of course.
Was he a superhero?
Yes, he is. He was actually a comic book before he actually became a movie.
I thought it was fun.
Wow.
That was a fun movie. Yeah.
And the reason why he chose The Mask is because he just it's not that because he was that kind of person, but he wishes he was that kind of person.
So kind of like Jim Carrey.
Kind of like Jim Carrey, yeah. When he's not in his natural state.
Yeah. Before he puts on the mask.
Yeah, before he puts on the mask. And why do you? Okay, let me throw another curveball to you guys. Female superhero characters, do they really sell? Sabihin natin. I mean, from
well, nowadays I think so. Yeah.
Now, yes.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
back then, how come do you guys think that it wasn't so saleable back then?
Well, if you look at comics in general, when did they start become popular, diba? 1970s, am I right? 1960s?
Oh, even more than that, in the 30s.
So during that time, it would be rare to see a female in battle. One, you mean as a soldier, diba? So back then, when these comic book writers were making this stuff, they really saw females as moms, wives, etc. So that's why there are very few female superheroes. I think I would like to think. nowadays, though, with with gender equality, etc., it's gonna be commonplace, and you see it with Wonder Woman, we see it with Captain Marvel. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Of course, there are modern day female superheroes, and they're everywhere. Naman talaga.
There's also maybe you're asking about why are they not more sellable today than they were?
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
Just a theory. I was just listening to what you guys are saying, and perhaps back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s and 90s. I'm not sure about the 90s, but basically that was correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not really from the culture, but kids would read comic books, but not adults. Does that make any sense?
That actually does.
Right, because
Actually
you
does.
imagine, I'm just picturing a Mad Men 60s character.
You're right.
Sitting reading a comic book, he'd get beaten up by his friends, right? It's like, it's like go home and drink a scotch and be sexist. And, So the audience is limited to just children, whereas now it's the children who grew up reading comic books who are now reading like
That's a
Chappy,
good
all of
point,
you
yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
plus our children. So I'm the odd one out because I'm like the only one in my family that doesn't really get into it, but I should be. I know there are many people like me. Maybe that's it. So now it's a family affair. Everyone's in it. It's sellable. Technology's made the movies so much easier to present that, you can actually cater to that wide demographic.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was a little tougher. Now it's CGI and the way they do it, it's like can really make a family blockbuster movie out of it.
Good point. Yeah.
Like remember when they did Guardians of the Galaxy? Who would have thought that a talking raccoon could, really interact with actors, with live action actors? I mean,
Imagine that in the 70s or 80s.
Diba? You can never see something like that back in the day. I mean, back in the the early days of you'll never see something like that in the era of Adam West and Burt Ward.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah,
never
yeah,
see
yeah,
that,
yeah.
the original Batman.
Yeah. But have you watched some of those YouTube clips of
They're hilarious.
Gosh, they're hilarious.
Hilarious.
How?
Batman doesn't dance, first of all, and he doesn't have a red telephone. That's one thing for sure. And Robin doesn't always say, "Jeepers, Batman." That is insane. It's insane. And I'm actually really happy that we have more female lead characters in the superhero genre, mainly because we have. Let's admit it. There are a lot of things that women can do that men cannot possibly they cannot possibly do. And one of these things is
Multitask for a start.
multitask.
They multitask.
That's one of it. What else can you guys think of that a woman can do that a man cannot possibly do? What else other than multitasking?
Okay, but giving birth doesn't count,
Of
right?
course,
giving birth.
that's obvious. Yeah.
No, yeah, one is obvious too. I think we're talking superheroes. Are we still in superhero
Yeah,
mode?
we're
Okay.
still there. We're still there.
Women can do that. Men can absolutely do. Remember everything that you did wrong. Uh-oh.
That is true.
But that's a gift. That's
You
a
can
gift.
call her
Yeah.
Miss Memory.
Yeah. Don't ever let her go hooked up with Captain Honest.
Captain Honest and Miss Memory.
No. That's doom. That's the end of the world right there. Forget Thor. Thanos. Thor. Forget Thanos. That's the end of the world.
I'm so sorry, honey. I didn't do it.
Man-Made Fridays.
103.1